Hey guys, it's Alex here, and we've reached the 500 sub limit. I did not expect to get 500 subs. I honestly did not expect to even get 100, so here we are now. But this time, for this special, I'm gonna be doing a tutorial on how to make the cartoon type of style I do. So, to begin with, you have to make a layout of something and choose a song and whatnot. I chose No Lines by Boss Fight because it's a good song. And depending on which song you chose is what the theme should be. So this song, it's kind of like a monster type of theme, so I'm probably going to do that for the theme, but the style is going to be obviously like a cartoon thing. So usually when I start a level, I usually put the ground and ground to a line all black. I usually put black glow on the bottom or something, and then the background, I usually just choose a background, and then depending on what theme you're doing, I'm doing like a demon type of thing, so maybe like a red, like a dark red. Okay, so now we're going to get started on the outline of the block. I'm probably only going to do like one block because pretty much you do the same thing to the other blocks but make it look different. Obviously you don't copy and paste everything. So 2, I usually set the black because that's usually how I do things, and 1 I usually just keep white. So you do like an outline here, or you can do something, you could copy the value of this, get rid of this, get some 3D lines, base and color. I'm zooming in because I like to zoom in. Make sure it's the right thickness of this line right here. Okay, you link those, and now you have like the same thickness of that line. So you can like rotate it and make like different type of shapes of the structure you're doing. But if you do like a different type of shape for a structure, make sure the blocks, these blocks here, are like, you know, against this line. But I'm gonna do that a little bit later because I'm going to be focusing on the deco of the block. I missed a line here. So yeah, as you're done with the outline, you get started right on the base color. Now obviously you have to like experiment with colors you want. So this one, 3, it's going to be like red, maybe like fleshy color or something like this. So something like that. Okay. Basically, you do that, and possibly you're gonna have to do like a layer. You're gonna have to layer things because when you're doing this type of style, layers are really important. If you don't do layers right, it could end up really bad. So I want to brightness, like negative brightness for these layers here. So the bottom, the more lower it gets, the more darker it gets, basically. So I'm gonna do that real quick and then fill in the spaces here. And oops, didn't do that. Okay. You can actually move these now to where they belong, or depending if you do this type of structure. You could set these blocks to a color of, not one, color 4 or something that's available, and put it black and blending, and it's basically invisible now. Okay, so now we have this. So usually I just do like, I could either do like some like slime type of stuff, or just some stuff kind of works. So I'm just gonna use this for example. Let me sure that's the right color and the right layer as well. Now the only thing with this block is it's really transparent, so what you do, you copy and paste it like on top of each other like 4 times, and now it's like a solid color now. So you basically do that like this, something like that. Also the main problem with these blocks is like they kind of do that, like that thing right there. So I usually use like these blocks, but for this I'm just gonna use the I'm lazy. 1, 2. Make sure it's on the right layer as well. Okay, you gotta put it at -6. Grab all, put it up a little bit more to the right. Okay, so basically you have this right now. So if you want, you could add some like black glow on the sides. Make sure it's on like tile 2 or something above the line you made. So not 45, 5, opacity of like, I don't know, 45 or something like that. So you get like a nice shading here. Red and blending, obviously. So now you got like some glow with that too. Now if you really want to be like really extra, you could add like outlines to these things, but I don't feel like doing that right now, so I'm just gonna wait. Okay, so usually I add like custom spikes on the sides of these blocks. So usually what I do, I use these things right here and make like a tooth shape out of them. So some like, ooh, if I could grab it. Look at that. Make sure it's on the right layer as well. Tile 1 should be good, I think. Black. Well, maybe like background 3, because it'll be on the back. Okay, and obviously put colors around it, or inside of it, so it actually looks like a tooth. So yeah, something like that. And you can add some shading. Make sure the back of this white stuff is at the right layer, obviously. Oh crap, I forgot it's all made of that stuff. Give me a sec. So yeah, something like this. Make like a tooth. You made a tooth now. See, then we could put like, this, the tooth here, whatnot. That's pretty much how I did the Demon Lord and some parts. Put like teeth on the side. Okay. Boom. So now it's looking better. Now we just need to add like eyeballs and stuff. So I either use, actually pretty much for the eyeballs, depending on which eyeball you want. If you want a circle eye, you could just do something like this, or if you want like a eclipse eye or oval eye type of thing, you're gonna have to experiment with these things. Okay, there we go. So for this example, I'm going to use this type of eye. So you always want to do like tile 1 or tile 2. Make the base black, and then copy and paste scale, white. Okay, and now the pupil of the eye. Okay, that'd be like tile. Make sure it's on the right layer. Making our color. Oops. Okay, red. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, and then we copy paste again. Shrink this bad boy. Make it black. Make sure it's all covered like that. Cool. Alright, and now we have our eyeball. A basic looking eyeball. Boom. Put it in the middle here somewhere. Maybe scale it more. Boom. Eyeball. Now I'm probably gonna add some glow around it, like some black glow, to make it look better and creepier. Oh yeah, scale hack is very useful when it comes to building this type of style as well. So I recommend using a scale hack because it is very useful. And probably object limit hack because you tend to use a lot of objects when you're doing this type of thing. Especially when you're making like custom backgrounds. I'm not really going to show how to make custom backgrounds in this, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much our basic block design. I could add more detail, but I don't feel like doing that. So that's pretty much like a basic block design of the style. Okay, and now delete that. Okay, so now we want like some custom saws. So usually I use either these, or these. I'm gonna use this because it's easier to use. And usually I put like a custom rotation. I'm probably gonna do like 150 or something. Okay, so whenever I do that, make sure it's in the right layer. Black for the first one, completely black, and then copy and paste. Scale, oop, crap. Gotta make sure that's the right one. Okay, scale, at least like that. Okay, make that white. Scale again. Get a red, maybe an orange red, something like that. Scale one more time. Mess with the hue a little bit. Just tweak with this as much as you can to get the right stuff you want. That's enough. Okay, so now I usually either make faces or eyeballs. In this case, we're gonna do eyeballs. So usually what I use for the eyeball, I use these things. These are really useful. Now depending on what kind of eyeball I want, I'm probably gonna do like a basic eye here. So black, and then scale a little bit. White. Then you basically do this for the eyeball. Make sure it's in the red layers. I'm probably gonna put like a black outline around this pupil to make it look better. There we go. Boom. It's just our basic eyeball here. Put it on the saw blade. Boom, we got an eyeball saw blade thing. Or basic saw blade. You just copy and paste. Usually I make like multiple saw blades that are different besides just like one saw blade. So say for example, you have one saw blade that has one eye, you have another saw blade that has like 2 eyes or something. Maybe like 3 eyes. So some just, yeah. Or obviously you have like different faces. For this example, I'm just gonna use eyeballs because it's easier. So we just got some saw blades here. Okay, next we're gonna do like a ground spike thing or lava. Pretty much lava. So lava, you can either use these 2 things here. They're like lava blocks, or you can also use any of these. But the problem with these are they're very transparent. So what I do to get rid of the transparent is basically just stack them on top of each other and make sure it's a solid color, obviously. And I don't want an opacitated color. And yeah. And the rest you just do some layers. And then make sure you do the right colors and stuff, and yeah. You pretty much got it. Can pretty much make some lava. Okay, hue of like 20 or so. Maybe this has to be like really bright, pretty brighter. No, it's too saturated. You gotta make sure it's the right colors as well. Okay, I think it's good enough. And then this one's gonna be like yellow. Boom, we got our basic lava thing. And then obviously you're gonna have to add like some sort of hazard, because you can't die to this unless you put like something like this on top of it. So usually I just do like a blending of one of these things and put it below, and obviously I make it really almost invisible, but not quite invisible. And then if you want, you could add some like glow for the lava, since lava does glow. So something like this, you can do some blending on top of the lava, some like that. Maybe a bit more yellow. Well, actually not yellow, red. I think red would be good. Possibly put it down more. Yeah, that should be good. Got our lava. Okay, last but not least, well actually, for orbs I just either use these black and then layer it. Basically you just have to know how to layer correctly and what kind of type of colors to use and whatnot. And yeah, you pretty much got the hang of it. So and also doing the colors of the orbs. So this one's gonna be like orange. So like orange reddish. Some like this. And make this part a little more darker. Darkness of like 30 or something. Okay. Copy and paste it. Actually get rid of these two because I can do this easily. And then this one's gonna be yellow. Cause the other orb is yellow. Okay. Link this stuff together. Make sure it's on a back layer of the orb. We pretty much have that so far. Okay, last but not least, arrows. Arrows are pretty easy too. I just use like these things a lot. Mostly circles, because they're easy. And use these 3 arrows here. That's usually what I do. So, we're just gonna do like a basic arrow here. So obviously we're doing the same thing as the orb, just make sure it's on the right layers and colors and stuff. And then this arrow, probably gonna do, not group parent, red. Okay, and then I'm gonna use these ones for now. This one's gonna be like black for to the bottom one, and then you just scale, and white, and then yeah, plain white's good. If you want, you can add like some other stuff like these things. Make sure it's the right layer, and then the color, it's transparent, so you just do that. Make sure you can do like custom rotation for everything, so like maybe like 200 or something. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably add some like glow on top of it to make it extra cool. So do that. Boom. Got like a red glow around it now. Just place these arrows wherever you want. And yeah, that's pretty much the basics. I could do like another video on doing like complicated stuff like custom backgrounds and more detail to the basically everything else, because this is just the basic video on understanding how the style that I do works. Until you get good, like, oh god, that's loud. Hold on a minute. Until you get like the hang of everything, you will only get good as like until you get the hang of everything, you only get as good as like this, like doing all this type of detail, and it takes a lot of time and patience to do this. Whew. But alas, thank you so much for the 500 subs. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.